Hi students, welcome back to Alphos e-learning YouTube class. Now actually our topic is vectors. Okay, already yesterday we discussed about the resolution of vectors in 3 dimension. That means the problems which are I have to discuss about resolution of vectors in 3 dimension. That is, today also I have to discuss some more problems based on the resolution of vectors in 3 dimension. Now actually the problem is given two vectors a bar and b bar. A bar is equal to how much? Here I am giving I cap minus 2j cap minus 3k cap, and b bar is equal to 4i cap minus 2j cap plus 6k cap, and these are the two vectors. Now I have to ask the angle. I have to find the angle made by the a bar plus b bar with x-axis. Okay, now what is meant by a bar plus b bar here? First of all, before going to the solution, first of all I have to take these two vectors. A bar is equal to I cap minus 2j cap minus 3k cap from the given data, and b bar is equal to how much? 4i cap minus 2j cap plus 6k cap. So these are the given two vectors from the data. Now, so what I am finding is a bar plus b bar. So by adding these two vectors, how much it is? I cap minus 2j cap minus 3k cap minus 3k cap minus plus. That means how much it is? 4i cap minus 2j cap plus 6 into k cap. Right? Now here by adding these two vectors, how much? I plus 4i. How much it is? 5i cap. Next again, this is minus 2j cap, this is minus 2j cap. How much it is? Minus 4j cap. Again, this is minus 3k cap plus 6k cap. That means plus 3k cap. So this is the required vector by adding the two vectors a bar and b bar. Like a bar plus b bar is equal to what I am getting here? 5a cap minus 4j cap plus 3k cap. So this is the required vector. Okay. Now I have to find the angle made by this a bar plus b bar with x-axis. I am asking. This is the 3-dimensional vector. Okay. After getting this 3-dimensional vector, now it is compared with, let us say, it is nothing but x coordinate, this is y coordinate, this is z coordinate. Okay. Now suppose it can be taken as, this is the resultant I am taking, it can be taken as sometimes rx into I cap plus ry into j cap plus rz into k cap as per the resolution of vectors in 3 dimensions. Now by comparing this, what about the rx value here? Rx is equal to 5. Okay, and ry is equal to minus 4. Rz is equal to how much? 3. And magnitude of r bar is equal to how much it is? Magnitude of r bar is equal to root of x coefficient square plus minus 4 whole square plus 3 square. 3 square plus 4 square, nothing but 5 square. Because 3 square 9 plus 16, 25. 25 plus 25 again, 50. That means this is root 50. It can be written in the form of 5 root 2. Is it correct or not? Why? Because inside the root 50 means it is nothing but 25 into 2. 25 into 2. 25 can be written outside means 5 root 2. That means, listen carefully. Here what I am asking is that question. I am asking the angle made by this resultant vector with x-axis, nothing but cos alpha I am asking. As per the directional cosines, cos alpha is equal to how much? Rx by r as per the definition. Means Rx, what is the value here? 5. By r means 5 root 2. That means what is the cos alpha? I am getting 1 by root 2. Therefore alpha is equal to how much? 45 degrees. This is the method. Okay. So this is the method to find the angle made by the a bar plus b bar with x-axis. Okay. Here initially what I am taking is from the question I am taking a bar and b bar. After that I have to find the value of resultant of both vectors, means a bar plus b bar. After getting this addition means resultant of both vectors, 5i cap minus 4j cap plus 3k cap, it is compared with this vector as per resolution. Okay. Now after comparison, rx is equal to x component of resultant vector is equal to 5, y component is equal to minus 4, z component is equal to 3. Now after getting this resultant vector, I have to find the magnitude also. Why? Because in order to find the directional cosine means as per definition x coefficient by total resultant. Okay, resultant of vector means 5 by 5 root 2. Cos alpha is equal to 1 by root 2 means alpha is equal to how much? 45 degrees. Okay, this is the method. Now in the same way I have to give one more problem based on the directional cosines. After that I have to discuss about the rotation of vector. Please write down this, students, all of you. These problems are very important, which are related to the resolution of vectors in 3 dimensions. Okay, now so I am giving the second problem today onwards. Yesterday I already discussed about the 3 problems or 4 problems based on the resolution of vectors in 3 dimensions. Again today also I have to discuss about the resolution of vectors, some more problems. Right? Now what I am giving is, if a vector makes an angles, if a vector makes an angles 45 degrees and 60 degrees with x-axis and y-axis respectively, first up find the angle made by the angle made by it with z-axis. So this is the question I am giving. If a vector makes an angle 45 degrees and 60 degrees with x-axis and y-axis respectively, find the angle made by the vector with z-axis. Now in order to find the angle made by the z-axis means we know already the relation between the directional cosines. Means what is the relation as per the concept of resolution of vectors in 3 dimensions. Now please tell me what is the relation cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma, which is equal to 1. Okay, according to the given data they are giving alpha is equal to how much it is? 45 degrees and beta also how much? 60 degrees. Now from that we have to find the gamma value, means gamma is equal to how much? That is the question. Okay, now alpha beta values are substituted in this equation. How much? Cos square 45 degrees plus cos square 60 degrees plus cos square gamma, which is equal to 1. Okay, now cos square 45, how much it is? Cos 45 is 1 by root 2. 1 by root 2 whole square means 1 by 2. Means 1 by 2 plus cos 60 is 1 by 2. 1 by 2 whole square nothing but 1 by 4. 1 by 4. So is equal to how much it is? Plus cos square gamma is equal to 1. Therefore 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4 nothing but 3 by 4. 3 by 4 plus cos square gamma is equal to 1. Right? Now here cos square gamma, which is equal to 1 minus 3 by 4. That means it gives only 1 by 4. Okay, now what I am getting is cos square, here I am writing cos square gamma is equal to 1 by 4 and cos gamma is equal to 1 by 2 and gamma is equal to how much it is? If cos theta is equal to 1 by theta is equal to how much? Gamma is equal to again 60 degrees. So this is answer. Okay. How to find this problem? In this problem, a vector makes an angles 45 degrees and 60 degrees with x-axis and y-axis respectively. Then I have to find the angle made by the vector, with z-axis. Now in order to find the value of gamma according to the data, alpha given, beta also given. If we know the value of alpha and beta, in order to find the value of gamma means we have to take the relation between the directional cosines. Means the squaring of directional cosines, the sum of squaring of directional cosines is always 1 as per the concept of directional cosines in 3-dimensional resolution of vectors, right? So cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is equal to 1. Now by substituting these values, so cos square 45 plus cos square 60 plus cos square gamma is equal to 1. Okay, cos square 45, cos 45 is equal to how much this is? cos 45 is equal to, we know this, 1 by root 2. 1 by root 2. Again, cos 60 is equal to how much? 1 by 2. Now these two values are substituting in this equation. The above equation, cos square 45 means 1 by root 2 whole square and 1 by 2. This is 1 by 2 whole square means 1 by 4 plus cos square gamma is equal to 1. By manipulating this equation, I got the value of cos square gamma is equal to 1 by 4. So cos gamma is equal to how much it is? 1 by 2. Therefore, gamma is equal to how much the answer? 60 degrees. Okay. So this is the answer. In the similar way, I am discussing the another problem. This is problem number 3. A vector makes an angles. A vector makes an angles 1:1:2. A vector makes an angles are in the ratio are in the ratio 1:1:2 with x comma y comma z axis respectively. Now to start, find the angle made by the vector with y axis. So this is a given question. So this is also important question. A vector which makes an angles are in the ratio is 1:1:2. Here now I am not giving any angles, just I am giving the ratios only. Means 1:1:2 with x, y, z axis respectively. Now I have to find the angle made by the vector with the y axis. Okay, how to find this one? Please listen all of you. So before going into the solution, I am taking the angles ratio. Alpha is to beta is to gamma, which is equal to how much it is? 1:1:2. Right? So it can be taken as sometimes. So generally, the ratio means here what I am taking is x is to, let us say x is to 2x I am taking. That means what is the value of alpha? It can be taken as x. What is the value of beta? It can be taken as again x. What is the value of gamma again? It is nothing but 2x. Okay. Now we know the relation between the directional cosines, means the algebraic sum of directional cosines, which is equal to how much? 1. Means cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is equal to 1. If you know the values of alpha, beta and gamma, now these values are substituted in this equation, how much it will converted into? Means cos square x plus again cos square x plus cos square 2x, which is equal to 1. Means how much it is? Cos square 2x, which is equal to 1 minus cos square x plus cos square x means 2 cos square x. Right? Now it can be written as sometimes minus of 2 cos square x minus 1. Right? Now this is cos square 2x. Now it can be written as, the formula for cos 2x is, is equal to, what is the formula actually? 2 cos square minus x, or cos 2a, it can be written as cos 2 theta is equal to 2 cos square theta minus 1, generalized formula. Now by this equation what I am writing in this, cos square 2x is equal to minus cos 2x, means here square, this cos 2x both will cancel together, means what I am getting in this equation, cos 2x is equal to minus 1. If cos 2x is equal to minus 1 means whatever the value of 2x here, pi 180 degrees. Okay, because cos 180 is equal to minus 1. That means here x is equal to what is the value? Pi by 2. Means what is the, listen carefully, if I am getting the value of x means whatever the values of alpha, beta, gamma ratios. So alpha is equal to what I am taking here, alpha is nothing but x, means alpha is also pi by 2 as per this relation, beta also pi by 2, and whatever the gamma here, Gamma is nothing but 2x. 2 into pi by 2 means only pi. So these are the angles. These are the angles which is made by the x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Right? Clear? This is. So these are the problems which are regarding to the resolution of vectors in 2 dimension as well as 3 dimension generally. Now, so after completion of problem, I have to explain the rotation of vector. How to rotate a vector. I am taking the one problem. Based on the problem only I am explaining the concept of rotation of vector. Rotation of a vector. Rotation of a vector. So listen carefully. Rotation means, for example, let us say, for this I am taking one example. Let us say, if a bar is equal to, I am taking one condition here, yes, root 3 I cap plus j cap, root 3 I cap plus j cap is the vector which makes an angle. How much angle it is? Let us say this is x-axis, y-axis, 2-dimensional vector I am taking. Now this is the vector initially. So this is nothing but a bar. Okay. Now what is the angle made by this vector? The generalized method nothing but it is compared with ax I cap plus ay into j cap. Means what is the values of ax here? Root 3. Ay is equal to how much? 1. That means what about the value of angle made by this vector initially? Theta. So tan theta is equal to how much? Y component by x component. That means 1 by root 3. If tan theta is equal to 1 by root 3, theta is equal to how much? 30 degrees. That means what is the initial angle made by the given vector here? Theta is equal to here what I am giving? 30 degrees. And this magnitude of a bar is equal to how much? Magnitude of a bar is equal to how much it is? Root of root 3 whole square plus 1 square. That means how much it is? Root of root 3 whole square means 3 plus 1. That means root 4. It becomes 2. Okay. That means this vector having magnitude of a bar is equal to whatever may be the units, it can be taken as centimeters or meters as per the given question. Now listen carefully. This vector which makes an angle initially 30 degrees with x-axis and it has magnitude 2. Now what I am giving, suppose if the vector which is rotating by an angle theta is equal, let us say 60 degrees. That means the tail of the vector is fixed. About this tail, this vector can be rotated in anti-clockwise sense. Anti-clockwise sense by an angle how much it is? 60 degrees. Then what is the new vector? Which is formed in this process? Means new vector is equal to, let us say, suppose if it is rotating in anti-clockwise sense means the new vector is formed in this way. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. Now after rotation, listen carefully, if it is rotated by 60 degrees means initially this vector makes an angle 30 degrees. The remaining angle is, this is 60. This is 60 degrees. Means listen carefully. Suppose if this vector which is rotated by 60 degrees means it lies along only y-axis. Means the vector which is lies along only y-axis with magnitude how much? 2. Means what is the new vector here? 2j cap. What is the new vector? 2j cap. That means here a bar is equal to how much? Answer is 2j cap. Suppose if this vector which is rotated by an angle 30 degrees clockwise sense, what happens? What is the vector which is formed by this process? Means if it is rotated anti-clockwise sense means it is lies along only y-axis. It doesn't have any x coordinate. That means the vector which is formed by this rotation is nothing but 2j cap. Now for example, if this vector which is rotating in clockwise sense by 30 degrees means the vector which is lies along only x-axis. Initially it is rotating an angle how much? Initially the vector which makes an angle 30 degrees in anti-clockwise sense. Suppose if it is rotated clockwise sense means it lies along only x-axis like this only. This x-axis, this is y-axis. Then after rotation how much? The vector which lies along x-axis with magnitude 2. Means what is the new vector? 2i cap. This is the method. Okay. So rotation of vector means the tail of the vector is which is fixed and this head of the vector is which is rotated as per the condition. Okay, is it rotated in clockwise sense or anti-clockwise sense? So by taking these conditions only, we have to find the new vector. Okay, so by this condition I have to give one problem based on this rotation of vector. Okay, now I have to discuss one problem based on the rotation of vector again. That means if one problem, let us say again a bar is equal to, what I am taking is 4i cap plus 3j cap, right? So this is the vector initial I am giving. So this vector which is rotating is rotated, a vector is rotated by an angle 53 degrees in anti-clockwise sense and anti-clockwise direction. Full stop. Find the new vector. Find the new vector. Find the new vector of a bar. So find the new vector of a bar during rotation. So here what I am giving is the initial vector a bar is equal to, before going to the solution I have to write the data, means a bar is equal to 4i cap plus 3j cap. So this is the given vector. So initially what is the angle made by this vector with x-axis? For example, this can be treated as, let us x-axis, this is y-axis, this is the vector here I am taking, this is nothing but a bar. Now what is the magnitude of this vector here? Magnitude of a bar is equal to initial root of 4 square plus 3 square. 4 square plus 3 square means root of 25, nothing but 5 units. Whatever may be the units, like centimeters or meters, whatever may be the units as per the given data. Here I am not giving any units. Okay, that's why here I am taking the units only. That means magnitude of a bar is equal to 5. Now what is the angle made by the vector initially? Angle made by the vector initially. So theta means, in order to find the angle made by this vector, means tan theta is equal to how much? Tan theta is equal to y component ay by ax. Ay by ax. Ay means how much here? 3 by 4. If tan theta is equal to 3 by 4, what is the value here? About this trigonometry, the value of tan 37 is nothing but 3 by 4. That's why here I am taking theta is equal to initial 37 degrees. That means initially, what is the angle made by this vector? Means initially 37 degrees in anti-clockwise sense. So here I am giving the angle, that means if the vector a bar is equal to 4i cap plus 3j cap is rotated 53 degrees in anti-clockwise direction. 53 degrees in anti-clockwise direction means this total angle is 90. So if it is 37 means it is how much it is? 53 degrees only. Suppose if this vector which is rotated about its tail, if it is rotated in anti-clockwise sense by an angle how much? 53 degrees. It is rotated by 53 degrees means this vector which lies along only y-axis. That means what is the new vector here? What is the new vector? After rotation, this x-axis, this is y-axis, this is. So this is the, what is the magnitude of this one? 5. Means 5j cap. So after rotation like this. Okay, that means what is the new vector here? A bar is equal to 5j cap. This is the new vector which is formed by rotation of given vector through 53 degrees in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so this is the concept of rotation of a vector, right? Now after that I am explaining addition of vectors. How to add the two vectors? There is a mechanism to add the two vectors initially. So next one is addition of vectors. Addition of vectors. So in order to add the two vectors, there is a mechanism. So what is the first point is, first I have to draw the two vectors like this. This is one vector, I am taking another vector, like this is the inclined vector I am taking. So these are the two vectors. So these vectors, the geometrical representation of vector nothing but, it is nothing but the straight line segment with arrowhead. The initial point of the vector is nothing but tail, and final point of the vector is nothing but head. That means each and every vector having 2 points, tail, head, tip, tail. That means tail, tip. Now suppose in order to add these two vectors, what I am doing is, I have to add the tail of the second vector to head of the first vector. That means, listen carefully, by adding these two vectors, this is a bar, the tail of the second vector, this is, which is added to the head of the first vector like this. This is the second point. Now what is the third point? Draw a new vector which is from tail of the first vector to head of the second vector. This is okay. This is means, what is the actual mechanism of addition of vectors means, first point, draw two vectors by using meter scales. First point is, draw two vectors by using meter scales. Now what is the second point? Add the tail of second vector. Add the tail of second vector to head of first vector. This is the second point. And third point is, draw a vector from tail of first vector to head of second vector. This is. So in order to addition of two vectors, there is a mechanism that contains three maximum points, means three main points. First point is, draw two vectors by using meter scales. So we have to draw the two vectors by using meter scales. In order to add these two vectors means, first we have to add the tail of the second vector to head of the first vector in this way. This is B bar. Okay. Now, so the tail of B bar which is added to head of the A bar, and after the adding of these two, we have to draw another vector. Which is from tail of the first vector to head of the second vector, which gives the resultant R bar is equal to how much? A bar plus B bar. Okay. So this is the actual mechanism in order to add the two vectors. Okay. So by taking, I am giving the certain examples to add the vectors. So these are the basic points. First one is, draw two vectors by using meter scales. And the second point is, add the tail of second vector to head of the first vector. And the third point is, draw a vector from tail of the first vector to head of the second vector. Okay, these are the basic 3 points in order to add the two vectors. Now, based on these conditions, suppose if I am taking two parallel vectors. Examples. Suppose let us say this is A bar, one vector, plus this is B bar, another vector. These are the two different vectors which are parallel to each other. Now I have to add these two vectors. How to add this one? The tail of B bar which is added to the head of the B bar, means by adding these two. Listen carefully, this tail which is connected to A bar means the resultant is nothing but R bar is equal to A bar plus B bar. Means after adding this tail of the second vector to head of the first vector means I am drawing a line from tail of the first vector to head of the second vector, just like this. So R bar is equal to A bar plus B bar. This is the addition of two parallel vectors or collinear vectors. Now, and the second example is, suppose what is the addition of anti-parallel vectors? This is Anti-parallel. Initially B bar is orienting along positive x direction means this is I am taking minus B bar. Means what is the resultant? Is it increases or decreases? In the previous case, if the two vectors are added, means the resultant increases. In this case, what is the length of these vectors? Is it increases or decreases? Ultimately decreases. So this is nothing but R bar is equal to A bar minus B bar. A bar minus B bar. When it is A bar is greater than minus B bar. Okay. For inclined vectors already I am explaining the example. This is A bar plus this is B bar. By adding these vectors you got like this. This is A bar. This is B bar. And the third vector like R bar. R bar is equal again A bar plus B bar. So for inclined vectors there is a method to add the vectors, that is nothing but the parallelogram law of addition of vectors, that can be explained tomorrow. Okay. Now, so this is nothing but the addition of vectors for parallel vectors, anti-parallel vectors and inclined vectors, right? Now, what is the rules of addition of vectors generally? There are three rules actually. Each and every mathematical operation like addition, subtraction, multiplication, okay, and division, which obeys actually three properties, means which has three properties. First one is laws of addition. So what are the laws of addition? It obeys commutative law. It obeys commutative law. What is meant by commutative law? Generally, in addition it can be taken like this: A bar plus B bar is equal to B bar plus A bar. This is nothing but the commutative law. Okay. At the same time, the second one is it doesn't obey associative law. That is A bar plus B bar plus C bar, which is equal to A bar plus B bar plus C bar, and it obeys the distributive law also. That means some constant into A bar plus B bar is equal to constant into A bar plus constant into B bar. So it obeys associative law. That means the addition of two vectors which obeys the three laws, nothing but the commutative law, associative law, obeys distributive law. So this is nothing but the general laws of addition. Okay. Now the addition of vectors which is explained by parallelogram law of vectors, that can be explained tomorrow because it is a large topic. Okay. Right. Thank you very much.